What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Alright, we're coming back to Dimash. Yes, indeed. Dimash Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do the whole clicks and likes and bibbity boobity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that, watch the whole video first. Give me a chance to earn those likes and those clicks. Now, after the video's done, if you feel like doing all the clicks and the likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This is a request from Brett Parks, and this is actually Brett Parks' prioritized request for the month of August for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Brett. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Brett wanted to see me react to this song by Dimash called Opera 2. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I mean, Opera 2, there's a lot of operas. So, I mean, look, maybe I have heard this before. I don't know, but it doesn't sound familiar. And it's Dimash, who I've just recently been exposed to. So I very seriously doubt I've seen or heard this before. However, there is always a possibility. It's a small one, but there is still a possibility that I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I do recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Nani Show, okay? And the video has 19.7 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The best voice in the world. Okay, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have that opinion. Is it fact? I don't know if I would go as far as to say it's fact, but look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, sure. Dimash, hope I pronounced this right. Kudai Berganov. So Kudai Berganov. I hope I pronounced that right. Dimash Kudai Berganov. Sure, why not? Opera 2 from 2017. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Дом мой достроен, но я в нем один. Хлопнула дверь за спиной. Ветер осенний стучится в окно, плачет опять надо мной. Ночью гроза, а на утро туман. Солнце остыло совсем. Давние боли идут чередой, пусть собираются все.
Okay. Pause. I just saw all the proof I needed to see. Now, as of this recording, my second reaction to Dimash, which was at some sporting event, I don't remember, some like World Games type of thing, where he was performing. I made it very clear during that performance my thoughts on that performance. Now, at the time of this recording, June 28th, is right now, today is June 28th, 2022. That reaction has not dropped yet. I am predicting I'm going to get a lot of hate for that reaction because during the course of that reaction, I pointed out several instances where I believed he was not by choice, but he was forced to lip sync. And that is not his fault. That is because the production company told him to do so. And I loved, for those of you that missed it, I gave him all of the credit in the world for taking every opportunity he could to do subtle little things to show and prove that he was lip syncing. He did not look happy. And I can further back that up because he started making it very noticeable. Like he would drop the mic down to his chest and you would still hear the note coming through clear as day. Ladies and gentlemen, that's impossible. That is absolutely impossible. You cannot do that. So I pointed that out. I pointed out several other instances during that reaction where it was very evident he was lip syncing. And what was funny was about 2 minutes into that performance, the camera stopped showing him. They would show his back. They would show the crowd. They would show the choir. They would show the orchestra. They would show everything else but him. They were doing everything they could to keep the camera off of him from having him show that he was lip syncing. The only thing he didn't do was drop the mic. I wish he had done that. But I give him all of the credit and my absolute respect for doing that and proving those phonies in the production truck, calling them out and saying, what are you going to do about it? And, you know, he did what he had to do. And I have the absolute utmost respect for him for doing that. So that was not a slander against him whatsoever. Like I said, I believe wholeheartedly he wanted to sing live. But the production people were like, we're not taking any chances. We're paying upwards of $500,000 a minute for this production, and we're not going to take any chances, and we're going to do it to a track. And he was probably upset, and rightfully so. So he did what he could to prove it, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it, watching him expose those phonies in that production truck. I loved it. Now, the reason I'm saying all this is because, like I said, today is June 28th, 2022. That second reaction has not dropped yet. I'm willing to bet there are a number of people who aren't seeing what I'm seeing, or they're just blind devotees of Dimash, and that's fine. If they want to live in their own little world, they're more than welcome to. But they're not able to realize the truth literally right in front of their eyes that he was lip syncing. And they're going to be upset. And they're going to be mad. And they're going to try to discredit me or whatever. And they're going to speak poorly of me. And they're more than welcome to whatever they want. As long as they don't get personal with me, as long as they don't start calling me names and stuff like that, or threatening me or whatever, you know, whatever. If they can be critical of me all the way, and that's fine. They're more than welcome to. But the truth is undeniable, folks. The facts are laid out. I showed you all the facts. So now, why am I mentioning this here in this reaction? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I saw everything I needed to see in just the first minute and 13 seconds to let you all know he is singing live here. I caught it. When he brought the mic down this time, he brought the mic down. Mic awareness. What happened? The volume dropped. Exhibit A, the defense rests.
Now, who can argue with that? Robert!
Obviously, clearly, he is singing live here. It's obvious. So, I'm thrilled. I am thrilled to see that. I am thrilled to hear it. I am here for that all day long. I'm looking forward. I was not going to lie. I was skeptical because of what I saw in the last reaction. So I was like, I hope he's not being forced to lip sync here too. He's not. He is clearly singing live here. It's obvious. So let me back up a little bit. Let's get back into this. Great dynamic control. Watch the mic. You hear that dip? It's live. Again. There it was again. Mic came down. Voice filtered out. Unlike that other reaction where he brought the mic not just down past his chin, he brought the mic all the way down to like here, down to his sternum, and the note kept going. Clearly a lip sync job in that other video. Not here. He brought the mic ever just below his chin, and you heard the dip in dynamic. You heard it go down clearly. So yeah, he is definitely singing this live without question. Great job. Watch this one. This one's obvious. Clearly.
Мой настроен, но я в нем один. Хлопнула дверь за спиной. Ветер осенний стучится в окно. Плачет опять надо мной. Это судьба, а судьбу не могу я ни о чем простить. Только я знаю, как после меня станут ветра глазить.
Great power. Great mic awareness. Love that cutoff. Love that cutoff. He didn't just casually bring the mic down, he jerked it down. And that led to a very sudden decrescendo. Loved that. That was impactful. His approach and his varying degrees of approach to his attacks and to his sustains as well, very greatly, a great degree of variation. But no matter what, and here's why I'm really appreciating that. No matter what he does, whether it's, mezzo forte, mezzo piano, it doesn't matter. Whether it's clear or soft or even breathy and wispy, it's still supported. There is still that support underneath. Now, even when it gets breathy, it may not be powerful, but you can hear that it's supported. And that's not easy to do. It's one thing to be supported and sing loud and sing powerful. That's one thing. That's fairly easy to do. But to get that breathiness, that breathy voice, that airy, wispy voice, and still have that support present within the vocal itself, that is not easy to do. That is actually pretty difficult. You should support, and you can get support. You can support and be breathy and be wispy and be airy, but that doesn't necessarily translate to it'll be breathy and airy and we'll hear the support. You don't always get that. So for him to be able to have and us to be able to hear that support while being airy and breathy, that's impressive. That's very impressive. Good on this guy. Good on this young man for being able to have that kind of ability and talent. I mean, the range, look, we already covered the range, okay? We covered the range in the first reaction to this guy. I know he can sing high. I know he can get up there. I was reading the comments. He can get as high as so far, he can get as high as a D8. Jesus. man's got a 7.5 octave range, dear Lord. But at the same time, I say so far. He's what, 25, 26? I'm sorry, folks. He's gonna, look, you do not get a range like that without applying yourself and dedicating yourself 100% to your craft, right? So, do I believe for 1 second that he's gotten the 7.5 octave range and he went, that's good enough?
Nope.
I'm good. I don't need to do anymore. Nah, you're kidding yourself. How much you want to bet he's already working on getting up to a full 8 octave range? How much you want to bet? I'll bet you he's still working on it if he hasn't gotten it already. And when he gets that, what do you think he's going to go for next? 8.5. You better believe it. This guy's a professional, clearly. So he's not going to stop. Why would he? Why would anybody stop at what they're good at? Nice cutoff. Smiling. Dear Lord! With the accent, nice. Those attacks. What is that? That's an E. I know it's an E. I'm just trying to pitch what octave that would be. It's gotta be. An E. It's an E6. My God. I've read in the comments the highest note he's hit so far is a D7. Well, this is an E, so it's got to be an E6. Dang, man. Good Lord. Kids, this is why when you find something you're good at, you stick with it and you apply yourself 100% to it. And who knows, you might get on the same level as this guy. You could. You just have to apply yourself. Dear Lord. Wow. Wow. That's all you have to say? Wow. Sheesh. I mean, I'm there too. I'm a little stunned myself, so yeah, I'm there with you, honey. Wow, man. Boy. Okay. Got a lot to say. Let me think about it. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Dimash with Opera number 2. This was a request from Brett Parks, and this was actually Brett Parks' prioritized request for the month of August for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Brett. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay, so I have a score here, and let me first start off, before I give the score, going back to my very first reaction to Dimash. I gave that, I'll never forget the score I gave it because it was one of the highest scores I've ever given for an act or an artist or a band making their debut on the channel. This was the first time that Dimash appeared on the channel. And I'll never forget this because I gave it a 9.4. And I got a lot of criticism for that, saying that a 9.4 was too low. And a lot of people were wondering, why would I give that such a low score?
And I'm highly critical.
First of all, a 9.4 is not a low score. It's one of the highest scores you could possibly get on the channel. There's actually, believe it or not, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 5 scores that can beat it. That's 9.5, 9.6, 9.7, 9.8, and 9.9. There's only 5 other scores that could possibly beat it. 10s, I don't give 10s to songs or on performances based on the songs and performances alone. The only time I ever give 10s is for humanitarian reasons. Like if somebody wrote a song specifically for a specific charity or to bring attention to a child who needs medical attention, they're trying to raise money for that kid or whatever. For humanitarian reasons, I give 10s. That's the only reason I'll give a 10. So, getting a 9.4 on your first time out on this channel is impressive. It is not easy to do. Like I said, the list is short but illustrious of the artists and bands that have gotten up into the 9s on their debut. It's not a lot. So, giving it a 9.4 I felt was a very fair score. Now, a lot of people were like, well, how can you justify that? How can you justify giving that only a 9.4? First of all, only a 9.4? Only a 9.4?
You kidding me?
Shut up.
Get over yourselves, number one. Number two, I think it's going to become pretty clear when I give this score why I left room. Because what if something else comes along that might be better?
Next question. What was the question? And what was the question, Pete?
All these questions are...
That's an interesting question.
Suck my balls. Next question.
I think you see where this is going now. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that performance, I'm going to give it a 9.5. Yup, 9.5. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
First of all, like I just said earlier, just not literally like 20 seconds ago, the whole reason I gave that first reaction a 9.4 was to leave some room just in case something else comes along that might possibly be better. And yes, I do feel this is better. Now, in comparison to the second reaction that I did, now like I said, I haven't seen the comments yet in that reaction because that reaction, as of today, June 28th, that reaction has not dropped yet. This reaction is going to drop sometime in August, so I don't know the type of comments that were left. I do know for a fact, I'm going to say this as a fact, I know for a fact I'm going to probably get some hate in that because how dare I insinuate that he was lip syncing?
What's the matter with you?
Guys, he didn't have a choice. He had no choice. He had no say in the matter. He was told by those production people, by the producers, you were doing this. That's all there is to it. Now get out there and look good. That's really all there is to it. His hands are tied. But you know what he did that I absolutely appreciate? And I'll tell you this. When he went out there and he made it obvious that he was lip syncing, like we would drop the mic down to his chest, and there was no difference whatsoever in the musical note that we were hearing whatsoever. He made it obvious he was lip syncing. And I'm telling you right now, folks, he earned my absolute, unequivocal respect for doing that because it takes guts to go out there and do that and basically give the producers a big old double middle finger salute and say, fine, I'm gonna go out and do it. I'll go out and lip sync, but I'm gonna make it obvious, God bless him. I have the utmost respect for this man just because he did that. He stuck it to those producers, and I can absolutely get behind that 100% all day long. It was not a criticism of him in any way, shape, or form. It was me showing my absolute admiration and respect for the man for having the cojones to go out there and call out those phony producers. I am all in favor of that all day long. Now, let's get to this one. This reaction. This was live. This was absolutely undeniably live. There were so many instances where he would use the mic awareness to create effect that is absolutely impossible to replicate with lip syncing. It's impossible. It cannot be done. Not that accurately. So this was clearly live, without question. Number two, okay, let's talk about the range. Let's just get the range out of the way. Fine. By my calculations, now I'm not sure if I'm 100% accurate with this. I know the highest note he got up to was an E. I know it was an E. Now, was that an E5 or was that an E6? I believe it was an E6. I'm almost positive. The fact that he was able to get up to that E6 is
Born to do it.
it's impressive, okay? Let's call a spade, okay? We all know his range is impressive. Having said that, hearing him get up to that E6, after being told in the comments that he is the highest note he has sang so far is a D7. So hearing him get up to that E6, would I call that mind-blowing? It is mind-blowing, yeah, it is, but it would have been probably more mind-blowing if people in the comments didn't keep telling me that he could sing up to a D7. I really wish people wouldn't have been telling me that. This probably would have been more impactful if that had been the case, so. But listen, I understand people want to share their insight and share their knowledge, and I appreciate that, I do. But the problem with that is it does lead to, unfortunately, spoilers, and hence, here we are. But having said that, why the 9.5? Very simply, dynamics, tonal control, audibly heard support, and mic awareness. Those 4 factors. This is where this is what pushed it up to a 9.5. Look, on its own, without those 4 factors, just based on the range, it would still put it up like the 9.1s, 9.2s probably, okay? So why the 9.5? Because we heard some amazing tonal variety, which was fantastic. The support, the audible support, you could hear it. Even when listen, having audible support is easy when you're singing loud, when you're projecting, when you're singing in that forte to fortissimo range. It's easy to hear the support then. When you get down low in the dynamics, you have that dynamic control, you're getting down low, right? And you get down to that piano and pianissimo range. And then on top of that, you add the breathiness. You add that airiness to your voice, right? Hear it? You got that breathy, airy voice, and yet supported. Supported. You can hear the support. Even though it's breathy, it's still supported. You can hear it, right? He was doing it while singing. It's one thing to speak with support and be breathy. That's one thing. To sing and be breathy with audible support, that, my friends, is difficult. That is not easy. That is something that takes years to develop, and he clearly has. The mic awareness. That was probably the biggest thing for me. Knowing just how far to drop the mic to get the effect he wanted. In particular, that last one where he didn't just drop the mic, he yanked the mic down fast, getting that rapid descent in dynamic. Man, that was cool. His approach on his attacks and his approach on his accents, very clearly demonstrated as well. It wasn't so much about the pitch for me. Like I said, getting up to that E6, which I believe is an E6, was it impressive? Yes. Was it unexpected? No, because, like I said, people kind of spoiled it in the comments, over and over again. I can't tell you how many people in the comments on the first reaction said he can go as high as D7. Okay, well, thanks for spoiling it. Spoiler alert. No, but I mean, still getting up to that E6 is impressive. Now, did that blow my mind? No, that didn't blow my mind, but everything else with his vocals pretty much did. So, yes, a 9.5. It is getting higher. I'm still leaving some room. Look, I am sure I'm going to do more from this guy because Brett loves this guy, and Brett really wants me to experience as much from Dimash as I possibly can. So, I'm sure Brett's going to probably request some more for him, which is fine. I got no issue with whatsoever. But I want to leave a little bit more room. Now we only have 4 numbers higher. Now we only have 9.6, 9.7, 9.8, and 9.9 that we can work with. So we lost one. But look, maybe something might come along that might even top this. It's possible. So I want to leave a little cushion just in case, all right? So 9.5 is where we're at. 9.5 is where we're going to stay. So 9.5, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.